It's a real honor to be standing in front of everybody today. As an infant, I was adopted by my Uncle Cornell. He played a very important role in my life as growing up as an adolescent. My grandmother, she was also a pillar in my life growing up, as she was the only mother figure I ever knew. At the age of 50, my Uncle Cornell passed away due to health complications. I was only 12 years old. After his passing, I bounced around from family member to family member. I struggled to keep good grades, often getting into fights and developing behavioral issues. I surely became a part of the foster care system, and I was 13 at this time. I began to struggle with inner demons, the absence of my family, which led me to try to find myself and understand that school was my last chance. I had my first child at the age of 17 and eventually dropped out of school. At 18, I was no longer a ward of the court, and I found myself making bad choices and eventually leading into my incarceration. I was facing serious charges, but was blessed to serve a lighter sentence. After that, I finally straightened up and found jobs with temp agencies, and soon had my second child by the age of 21. I worked a few warehouse jobs for a few years when I started to mess with drugs, which caused me to be absent in my children's lives. I started to find myself in dangerous environments with no hope, a criminal mindset, and nowhere to turn to. Before I knew it, I was homeless, relying on criminal activities as a way to make a living. I knew if I didn't start to make a change, there was a strong possibility that my life would come to an end. So while incarcerated, I chose to enroll in several classes, such as anger management, substance abuse, and of course my diploma. I completed all of my classes except my diploma when I was released, but I was determined to finish. This is where I kept my momentum and continued to set goals for myself. I was still faced with homelessness, but I never let that discourage me. I was up every morning at 4 a.m. in shelters at Skid Row, then at work by 5 a.m. I found myself cleaning homeless encampments with Caltrans and bussing tables at restaurants overnight. I then transferred from LA County to Riverside County to the desert, where I changed POs and ended up at the Indio Day Reporting Center. This is where I ended up finishing my requirements in order to receive my high school diploma. In closing, I first want to thank my sister for not ever giving up on me, my teacher, Mr. Castro, my probation officer, Mr. Gray, and all the staff at the DRC for helping me get to this point. Last but not least, my girlfriend, who has pushed me from day one to seek my education. I see myself in the near future to become a college student, learning to become a business owner, and also to become a chef. If there's anybody out there that's been through some of the things that I faced, my advice to you is sometimes you have to take a few steps back in order to move forward. So going back to school was the best choice for me to begin to move ahead in life. Thank you.